Hey YouTube, it's Ashley, back again with another thrift haul. And as you can see, I am filming on a tie Tuesday again. So I am all dressed up with my tie, and I even have a blazer on. Might as well do a quick outfit of the day for you. So I have on this nice blazer that I picked up at the Salvation Army. It's just a hunter green blazer, and I can't remember the name of the company. It's not any name brand that I recognized. And I have this really pretty shirt underneath, which I'm hoping the pattern is catching in the light. It's actually got this really pretty white on white paisley pattern on it, and then my really cool Tommy Hilfiger tie, which actually has a different pattern on the back of the tie, which I thought was pretty neat. And then I just have some, try to stand up on top of my stool here, navy blue Ann Taylor pants on. And these were from the Salvation Army also. And again, I have no shoes on, so nothing to show you there, but I did have some navy blue pumps on, and those were from the Salvation Army as well. So I will get into my haul. This is going to be a Savers haul, and I went to Savers on just a Saturday, which wasn't a sale day, but I did have a 30% off discount card. Basically, Savers was still doing their promotion where, getting out of breath here, Savers was still running their promotion where they were giving out the stamp cards. For every $5 you spend, you get a stamp, and once you fill up the card, you get 30% off your next purchase. So I had another full card, so I got 30% off of my entire purchase, and I do still have one 30% off left from donating to Savers. So what I'll do is just gonna kind of break everything up into categories. I didn't get too many clothing items, which is kind of a change, so I'll save those for last since one of those items is my favorite. I'm going to show you books first. I got some household items, and then a few accessories, and then clothing. So I'll show you books. Books at Savers, I think I've said this before, are buy 4 get 1 free. So I got 5 books. This is the first book. I have read a few books by this author before. Ken Follett, I think I am pronouncing his book right. Yeah, his name correctly. This book I did not have. And then one of the few Stephen King books I did not already have. Full Dark, No Stars. I actually have an app on my phone called iBookshelf that keeps track of all my books, just so I don't end up buying duplicates. So that's how I keep track of what books I already have, so don't buy the same book twice. So this one is The Best Awful. And I did read basically like the synopsis of this book from the back, and it sounded pretty interesting, so that should be a good read. And then this one is another cookbook, a tofu cookbook, and I am a big tofu eater, so that one should be good. And then this one is just a knitting and crocheting book. I do love to knit. I'm not the greatest at crocheting, so I'm always looking to improve my technique with that. So I'm just going to show you the household items next. I kind of went crazy with picture frames for some reason. The first two I plan on giving as gifts. This one I thought was really, really adorable. There are these cute little hand-painted bird houses on the top of it, and I hope the camera is focused on those. And this one was $1.99, and I got 30% off of that. And there aren't any like cracks in the glass or anything like that. And I'm trying to think, I thought it said, yeah, it just says hand-painted on the back, so I thought that was cool. And I found this one also that was kind of neat. And this one's almost like a porcelain. Sorry for my unsteady hand here. That's why I'm glad I don't have to hold the camera, that I have a tripod. But yeah, this one has flowers painted on it. And actually, I recognize this logo. It's Burns of Boston. So I'm not sure if that's like a good brand, but I know I've seen that logo before. And then this is just a double wooden frame. So this one I thought would be nice to display some of the pictures that my boyfriend and I have taken. We were really big into 35mm photography. For the first year or two that we were dating, we collected a lot of old cameras and took a lot of photos with film and got them developed, so we have a ton of photos. So I thought this would be neat to either display some of those pictures, or if we get some of our pictures printed from our digital photography, because now we both have nicer digital cameras with interchangeable lenses. So either way, $1.99 for a double photo frame I thought was a good deal. And then I also got this single photo wooden frame for 99 cents. And again, all of those were also 30% off, so that was pretty awesome. This was something I was also really excited about. And sorry I keep kind of bending out of frame to pick things up, but I just have everything on the floor. This is a teapot that you can steep loose leaf tea in. So you can see that middle part. I'll take the tape off now that I don't need it to be held together. This part comes out, and oops. Basically you would put loose leaf tea in here, and then you would just push this down to compress the tea, basically to push all the water out, and you put the water in here. And actually I think this is the same brand as my smaller pot. I have a smaller version of this same pot. So this thing is pretty neat. So that was $3.99. And it is glass. It's not plastic. And then the last houseware item that I found, I was super excited about. This is a really, really heavy pan. And you can see that it's got this really cool paisley pattern in brown all the way around it. And I have this same pattern in like a blue and turquoise color in a more shallow, like wider pan. And I found it at a yard sale for like $1. And when I first bought the pan, I was wondering if there were more pans like it, you know, basically if I could find any more. So what I did was I looked online, I looked on Etsy and eBay, and I did find other pans like this. There's a brown pattern, a green pattern, and the blue pattern. And I only found like 5 or 6 pans online, so there definitely aren't too many of these kicking around, at least not that people are trying to sell. So I was super psyched when I found this at Savers for $4.99. And then I got a couple accessories, one that I just dropped on the floor. I got this watch, and it is by Esprit. Hopefully this will focus. I think we're focused there on the watch. There's also like glare, which kind of stinks, but yeah. That's the watch. And it is genuine leather. So I just thought this was really pretty. It's bright yellow, and the price was a little steep. They were asking $8.99 on it, which, I mean, for just a watch, which, I mean, Esprit is a popular brand. They were big like back in the 80s and early 90s, but I mean, it's not like a big brand right now. I thought it was a lot to ask for the watch, but with the 30% off, you know, it's more like $6, so I bought it anyway. I'm starting to like get this crazy watch collection. So the other thing that I bought were these sunglasses, which I haven't even really tried on yet. because I didn't really want to try them on at the store because they were on like a little tag. But these were only 99 cents. Ooh, and these actually make it a lot darker than I thought they would. So I thought these were really cute. They're like a really pale pink color with like gold on the sides. And you're not able to see that. So yeah, I thought those were really cute. So those were 99 cents, and then again 30% off. And the last few things that I got were clothing items. First one is this tie, which I thought was super adorable with umbrellas all over it. And then the last few items, and I'm kind of kicking myself right now because I meant to write down the prices for these. I believe this shirt was $2.99 and then half off. It's just a Jeep t-shirt. I bought this for my boyfriend. I'm hoping it's going to be long enough for him because he's really tall. But I'll have him try that on. And then this tank top for me, it's a workout tank, but I'll probably just wear it like under stuff. This, I remember, was $5.99. And then this sweatshirt, I am pretty sure was $7.99. It is another Juicy Couture velour hoodie, but the sleeves are like a, just like a stretch cotton fabric, almost like an undershirt kind of material. And on the front it says Juicy Couture, love GNP, and then Juicy Couture again. It's just like written all over the front, and then also on the back. And it's just really cute. It's black, gray, and pink. And I definitely don't have a sweatshirt that looks like this. I have literally like 25 Juicy Couture sweatshirts. It's really ridiculous. I've bought all of them at Savers and Salvation Army. I've never bought one new, but it's a little out of control. So those were the only 3 clothing items I bought, and then the one tie. So yeah, that was my Savers haul. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are looking for any type of other videos from me, definitely let me know. Let me know if you keep wanting me to show you my outfits. I did forget one thing, and I was actually wearing this in my last video as well. I am wearing that watch that I got from Shop Goodwill. You can't really see it with this outfit, but it was a little more obvious with my other outfit. I absolutely love this watch. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know, like I said, what you think, or if you want to see a different kind of video. If you have any ideas, let me know. Thanks for watching. Bye.